Hello guys, it's Anders. Today we're going to have a look at what I think is the sexiest new feature of Neutron 2 and Ozone. So it comes with both of them. And it's going to give you a whole new scope on how you approach your mixing process. So effectively, the plugin doesn't do anything audio-wise. What it's doing is a little bit like a frequency analyzer. If you remember a little while ago, I did a video about better mixing using a frequency analyzer and how to understand the Fletcher-Munson curves and how that responds to how you hear and how to read that on an analyzer. If not, video link in here or down in the description below. What this is effectively doing is taking that concept and narrowing you straight into that focus. Let's have a look at it. So inside Logic here, I've just got this beat on the go. All well and good. Now I've got a couple of instances of Neutron up on here, and I've also got Ozone 8 because, well, I wouldn't be demoing it very well if I didn't use it. So if we open up Tonal Balance, which I've got right at the end of my chain here, and the reason it's right at the end is because it wants to see everything that's going on inside the track. If we bring it into the middle here, now this top section here, this is effectively your frequency analyzer. So if I play the audio, you're going to see this change, but it's going to be very different to what you're used to in terms of a frequency analyzer. It takes a very long time, as in 10 seconds, to get its full profile. So let's let that play for a bit. And you'll see it start to undo itself slowly as well. So why is that important? What's going on here? So if you've watched my mixing with the frequency analyzer video, you would have seen something similar. This is sort of the curve that we want to follow. And this curve here is representative of a particular track in my case. So up here at the top, we have something called target, and we can go bass heavy, and it gives us this big fat worm, and we sort of want to follow that, and my track will probably still sit somewhere within that. And that's great, so we know we've got something within that type of tonal balance that's correct. Then got modern, orchestral, everything's going to be similar to the Fletcher-Munson curves within slight discrepancies and based on the instrumentation. But what's really key for me here is I've got this one called Still, and it goes really narrow. You can see that, and that is the tonal balance of Dre's 2001 Still Dre. I took it from the disc that I bought back in '99, I think, and that is the representation it's given me. The reason I've chosen that is I think that's one of the best balanced tracks ever. What I'm working with here is just a beat, and right at the end of that track I've just got the instrumental, so we've used that section there and it's given me this balance, which was good to see that mine's relatively close, just with a bit more high end. So this just gives you such a better way of looking at, am I hitting the right frequency areas? Am I pushing something too hard? Is something missing maybe in the middle? But then it takes it one step further with this section in the bottom here. And as you can see, I've got a little drop down here with Ozone selected. And what I've got here isn't an EQ for this plugin. That is Ozone's EQ being represented in this plugin. So for example, if I was playing this, and I think it shows that my track's got loads of extra high end, whereas this rolls off quite nicely. Yeah, so mine's carrying right through onto 20k, and this has got a roll off. I could use Ozone EQ here, and I could roll that off and try and mimic that. And that's really useful. I mean, let's say that there was a dip here in the low mids, and that's right where that piano is. I could then select this and go, oh, I've got Neutron here on the piano, and there's the EQ that works with Neutron. But more importantly, it shows me the dynamic EQ versions as well. And you can see that in the bands here, and they've got the downward arrow because they're doing downward dynamic EQ. And while checking out my tonal balance at the same time, I can adjust those EQs and those individual bits. I can actually go through anything on the track that I've got Neutron or Ozone on and adjust it while checking out my tonal balance. In this case, I've gone for this really narrow thing because for me, that's just what works really well. I think that is a good aspect to go for. So for me, this plugin that doesn't actually really do anything is one of the best things I've come across in a long time. And I think it's going to help a lot of people out who are there using frequency analyzers and don't really get the concept. So what you can do here to get the target like I've done is select it, and we're going to create a custom target curve from audio file, and you know what, we'll make a new one. So if we go to my reference folder, I've got 2 albums in there. 2 of what I think are the best sounding albums is Dre 2001 and Pendulum Hold Your Color, and we will use Plastic World. Cool, so it's giving me a much fatter one. That's going to be really similar to the bass heavy one, I reckon. What we'll do is we'll save that. It's really important we save them, by the way, or they don't get remembered even if you just move the plugin. So we're just going to call this plus. Cool, so we've now got Pendulum's one there. Just out of curiosity, if we go bass heavy, really subtle adjustment to be honest, only jumps up a little bit. Yeah. If we go with modern perhaps. Yeah, really small adjustments there. So again, I thought that was a really good example, and it seems to be pretty much in the same ballpark as well. Right, so guys, have fun using this. It's going to help you massively, rather than looking at a frequency analyzer and trying to visualize what a Fletcher-Monson curve looks like and match it towards a pink noise curve. You've just got it here, it's in front of you, it's drawn out. You can take it based on tracks you think sound amazing, and it's done. Boom. Hope that was useful for you guys. If you haven't seen the frequency analyzer video, that'll be linked in the description. You can give that a watch as well to get a better idea of what I'm talking about. And I will see you guys on the next video.